So, welcome to another edition of Tiff Talks. These are going down rather well, Tiff. And if you were expecting to have question and answers, that is coming soon. We're just doing final bit of editing on that. So, and I've seen...
Questions have been answered.
Yeah, some good questions, some really good questions, and some quite interesting answers as well. But Tiff Talks, we genuinely don't know what is in these, other than I did just have a quick scout through, and there's some that I'm a little bit nervous about, Tiff. But it starts off probably with no surprise with... Dun, dun, dun,
Oh,
Le Mans.
finally Toyota won. I'm so pleased for them. I drove for a factory Toyota team at Le Mans in 1986 and 87. It was their second and third year, so I was right back at the beginning.
Wow.
When a little 2-litre turbocharged engine, we were struggling to bust a gap. In fact, Alan Jones was my team. I diced with Alan Jones for a couple of hours.
Wow.
So I've got a bit of a soft spot for Toyota. They've fought for 30 years. Everyone tries to dismiss this because they had no opposition. They've had 30 years of paid.
And what do you think of Alonso coming straight in and getting...
good. Yeah, well, he drove an amazing stint. Apparently he had the fastest, most consistent lap time, so he fully justified being in the winning car. So,
what's that clanking I can hear in the back?
I might have been down the supermarket and got... Well, it's summertime. I need beers for a barbecue.
Okay, so Alonso,
I like
Toyota...
Corona's quite nice, light, but I go more for a Japanese, you know. I quite like Asahi. It's very nice. Asahi. Tiger as well. They get these big bottles now, not just little small hits.
You're probably preempting things that are going to be on the Q&A, so let's stick to the Tiff Talks for now. So congratulations to Toyota and to Fernando Alonso.
Very much so.
I was there, Tiff, as you know.
And Nakajima. And who was the third one of the car? Lopez.
Look at this. I was there with Corvette Racing.
That was a bit of a miserable week then, wasn't it? They haven't had a very good... They seem to be falling back, the vets. The balance of power they all complain about with the GTs. They haven't had the luck of the draw, the rub of the green.
I think probably the other manufacturers, Porsche with the 911 RSR first and second, I think they're just really... Wow, they're on their game at the moment. And what a fitting time for Porsche to win Le Mans.
It's Porsche.
I beg your pardon.
Porsche. I thought you'd known it's Porsche.
Porsche. You say Porsche, you say tomato, I say tomato. So Porsche winning in their 70th year. Very fitting for them.
They didn't win. There's a class win. These people that say, I won at Le Mans, they've got to say, I won my class.
Okay, well, class win for Porsche.
Very
and
good.
Corvette Racing was, in fact, they ended up coming fourth, even though they crossed the line fifth, because one of the Fords had a time penalty. So they did okay.
But good GTE racing. I mean, when they say about its balance of power, I mean, you know, the vets were probably like 1 second a lap slower. And there's a certain element that you've got to sort of try a bit harder and make your car faster, but then they all sit back and want more balance of power. But it's a great formula for racing, GTE. Love it.
But Tiff, you need luck as well. They had a little bit of bad luck with suspension on car 64. Car 63 actually was the one that ended up doing fairly well, finishing fourth, but car 64 was just completely out of it because they had some suspension problems, and so you need some luck as well.
Oh yeah.
And that's why hats off to Toyota.
Or is it good preparation? Is it luck or is it good preparation?
I think it's a combination of two, because look, you can go over a bit of debris and get a puncher. Yeah. And if you get your puncher...
Drivers should have seen the debris.
Oh, well, you do need a bit of luck there in any sort of motorsport.
I'll let you have that.
Speaking of luck...
We're back! We're back!
I'm not so sure I'm happy about this.
Oh, I'm never leaving Lovecars.
Okay.
This is my television, and I'm up in YouTubing. I mean, no, it's delightful. It's only going to be 8 shows, and it's great to have it back. It's a bit of fun. It's going to be me, Jason, Vicky, and what's that bloke called? Smith. Johnny. So 4 of us about. I'm going to be a couple of new presenters. I think slightly different. Still doing much of the old stuff, but a few new things. But it's in September. Fifth Gear is back. I couldn't believe it myself.
Which channel can we all see Fifth Gear on?
Quest. Which unfortunately isn't high def, I don't think, which I'm a bit disappointed by. But at the moment,
where's Quest? That's on
Discovery. It's on It's on Freeview. It's on Freeview.
Oh, okay, good.
But I shall still be with Lovecars.
Good. I'm very happy about that. Can you give us an insight? What sort of things you're going to be filming with?
No, more regular cars. I think they want less super. You know, everyone's getting. You know, Top Gear's just full of all the most expensive cars. Whereas, you know, I keep that for Lovecars, right? Because that's when you want expensive cars. And Fifth Gear is going to be more, you know, down with the people. We
have got some good stuff actually, but we've got. I think one of the best things I'm looking forward to is the hot hat shootout that we've done.
Yes,
that's very sort of Fifth Gear-esque, I think. Oh, what they put this in for? The World Cup.
Is that
on.
you? Is that you?
Was me. That was a long time ago, 8 years ago, and England went crashing out in the group
wrapped?
stages. I wrapped the Zonda, so let's move on from that.
Gosh, you wrapped the Zonda.
Toyota again. Toyota's going to build a road-going super sports car.
No.
You don't like these things, do you?
No.
Following on from the...
However, so the Le Mans regulations they're talking about for 2021, isn't it? Is this sort of family-linked supercar, hypercar? So if this is for the Le Mans in 3 or 4 years' time.
Yeah, 2020.
Yeah. So
2.4 litre twin-turbo V6. It's incredible, isn't it? 986 horsepower.
but then there'll be balance of power, probably, this new LMP1 system.
It looks a little bit... It looks, in one way, it looks really sort of
Looks
modern.
like a Ford GT. I mean, they all look the same. I mean, there
yeah.
is only one, they get a bit formulaic. What
Tiff,
have you got there?
Tiff Needell, did you know that lots of cars now, you have the ability with your smartphone to put your smartphone on a pad and it will charge it with a car or at home. Now, BMW apparently are going to be doing this with your car. So you can drive into your garage over your
Oh, you
pad.
don't have to plug it in.
You don't even need to plug your hybrid in. So.
Yeah, but if you have a garage and you're a hybrid, it's not much of a fuss to plug it in.
Oh, it's a real fuss. You've got to go and unplug it and do that.
If it's pouring with rain and your plug is outdoors, it's a pain. But
It's called the ground pad. Oh, this would be cool. Mercedes A35 to compete against the type of Golf R type thing. So so they've got the A45 at the moment.
Yeah.
And this is the A35.
I didn't know anything about that at all. I'm never up to spy car stuff. And when is that actually going to be on sale? I have to wait until they're actually buyable and drivable.
Next year. This was a spy shot from Autocar. Autocar, they get all the good spy shots. We're so far behind, but they're right on the ball with all the spy shots.
Well, that should be fun.
It should be fun. It's but Volkswagen. Oh, speaking of the hot hatch, Volkswagen Golf R. We had the Volkswagen Golf R.
What's that? Just a blurry photo.
It's this whole Mission E thing, this whole electric Porsche concept thing. This is actually going to be a reality, and they're going to call it the Taycan, I believe. Everyone, please correct me.
Fully electric.
Fully electric. 3 years ago, Mission E was revealed at the Frankfurt Auto Show, and this is going to be the reality of the Mission E, apparently. So I don't know a great deal about that, so we should move on quite swiftly. Mustang. Now, you said before that you're quite a fan of the Mustang Bullet.
I am.
They're for sale now in the UK for about 50k.
Fantastic value.
Well, people say it's expensive. People saying for a Mustang it's expensive. I'm
Well,
like you. I think it's amazing value. You've got
half the price of a Porsche 911 or something.
You got a 460 brake horsepower V8 car for 50 grand. Less than 50 grand starting price. So I think that's really, really good value. I think that's only a good thing for us in the UK to be able to have cars like that. And I can still hear your bottles rattling in the back. The Lamborghini for the third millennium, the Terzo Millennio. My Italian is so bad. My Italian is so bad. But it's a concept. But it does look incredible. The pictures of this car, it looks amazing. Lamborghini, the styling of Lamborghinis. What do you think?
Who's come up with for the third millennium? Is this going to be a limited edition?
They won't even make it.
Oh, now we're looking at a proper
now
car.
we're
Now a
talking.
real car you can drive.
So this is going for auction at Sotheby's soon, RM Sotheby's, and the guide price is $300,000 US. There's a reason behind it. Guess who the famous owner was?
What is it?
So
exactly?
1976 Ford Escort GL. As expected to
76.
expected to make about 300,000. I'll give you a clue. Saint John Paul the Great. Pope John Paul II owned this car. Now you know what? 300 grand for a car. If you're religious, 300 grand for a car that
I can't believe
he
the Pope
sat in and
actually
drove.
owned it.
Well, that's what they're saying. Otherwise, why would it be
given it.
300,000?
The Pope wouldn't be seen out in a Ford Escort.
This is probably before he became Pope. What year did he become Pope? How good's your knowledge? I reckon before he became Pope, he was driving around in this GL Escort. So that's a Mark II, I guess. Tiff, is it? Is it Mark I or Mark II?
I've got no idea.
I
don't know model numbers. I don't know what a Porsche 993 or a 997. I don't do all these numbers.
Really? Oh, I thought you'd be
I need
on
the
the
year.
ball.
1967 Ford Escort, you said.
Well, it is a 1976 Ford Escort GL, and it's expecting to reach 300,000. You know what? I think that's a bit of a bargain. If Pope John Paul II...
It's not a bargain at all. It's a Ford
Just think
Escort.
how you feel. You get it every time you start up. You go.
You could buy a Rolls Royce for that.
Well, we got some more. We've only got 2 left. That went really quickly today. And they're both a very similar thing. So this looks incredible. Very, very special Ford GT. Raced at Le Mans. And I think...
My lucky number.
Is it number 5?
I always don't know if Jim Clark won his world championship remember, weren't you?
So what are they saying about this car? Why is
Is
it
that the
here?
winner?
One of the 3 Ford
How didn't
GT40s
win it?
across the finish line in 1960s
Yeah.
Le Mans. Oh, it's coming up for sale. And the price is going to be,
More than a Ford Escort or less?
they reckon, about $12 million US.
No!
I can top trump that, Tiff. That
top.
300,000 is going to seem like a bargain with this next car, because this,
Now, how many million is that then?
that's about 12 guide
Right.
price, apparently.
It's got
This-
Providence. It's Quentin Wilson. It's got Providence. Everything is Providence.
Quentin Wilson. Okay, this guide price for chassis number 73, which has the extra high downforce kit, McLaren F1, who you did a very good review on that I've watched many times.
Yeah, we spoilt it by having the extra performance kit on it.
Well, according to the potential buyers, there's still an appetite for it. A $20 million appetite going for sale at RN Sotheby's.
20 million.
$20 million for a McLaren F1. That's crazy, man. How did this end so quickly? Where are all the other... All I've got in the car now is... Are you feeling a bit low or something, Tiff? Because what is with this road?
No,
Have you got something to tell us?
I've got a fence falling over, and I've got to rope it back to the trees. I've decided it's a hedge sort of thing, so I'm going to rope it back to the because I can't go on the other side and post it because it's not my side.
Doesn't one of your staff do this for you?
No, this is the trouble. You see, I got rich enough to buy the big house, but I didn't get rich. I didn't factor into the staffs required. You see, West Clarkson's got staffing budget.
Well, I feel almost...
What do you think I'm doing sitting here with you?
I feel almost a little bit
right.
let down with this Tiff Talks. There was some interesting stuff there, but I knew they were going to be that quick. Maybe we could just spend...
Look,
a bit
it
more
had
time.
fifth gears coming back in it. That's got to be a Tiff tool.
Fifth gear
Good.
coming back, World Cup is on.
But nothing. The Mercedes was interesting. I like summarising. I like the idea of the new Mercedes A35.
A35, I think it'd be great. I love all the little pops and crackles.
And what else do we see that was new that we liked?
Not a great deal, actually.
Couples on the back seat.
We're going to have to do
now.
another Tiff Talks very soon. Find out
We
what's
need
going
more.
on. But the Q&A is coming next, which
Yeah.
I think is going to be really good. And in the meantime, you know what to do. Like, share, comment, all those lovely, wonderful things, and we'll see you on the next one.
See you on the next one.